Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited to have you back on today. Today we're going to be doing a really fun one. I don't know how much y'all know about the jazz scene and some of the jazz standards that are out there, but this one is an extremely famous jazz standard that gets played, I would say, pretty much every single time there's a jazz jam session or pretty much any jazz gig. You'll probably hear Autumn Leaves being played. It's an amazing song and there's a lot to learn from it. And I want to kind of not only teach you how to play the song, but teach you some of the concepts that you can learn from this song that apply to many other jazz songs and just really a lot of other music in general besides just jazz, okay? So if you don't know me, my name is Gabriel. I run this YouTube channel. I'm a professional musician in the Los Angeles area, and if you need any sort of music help, I play drums, bass, and guitar. I can also music edit as well as video edit. So if you need any of those services or you need any help or have any questions, I'd love to hear from any of y'all on my Instagram. My Instagram's at Gabriel_Pi_Feldman. And also, if you want to leave a comment below, I'll definitely respond to every single one of those, all right? So without any further ado, let's dive in this one. So what I'm going to do to teach this song is I'm going to teach it in two parts. We're going to go over the chords first, then the second half will be how to play the chord melody. All right, so first things first, as you can see on screen, our first chord is going to be C minor 7. I'm going to voice that right here on my 8th fret. So I like to voice my minor 7 chords like this with my index finger barring and my thumb over. It's very comfortable for me. But some people's hands are a little smaller, and if that's the case for you, what you can do is use your index, your four first instruments. You index, middle, ring, and pinky. So you go like this: index, middle, ring, pinky. It's the exact same chord, right? It's a different way of holding it. And then a third option I've seen some people do is where they use their middle finger and then they use their ring finger to bar those three and middle finger. So it's kind of up to you which one is the most comfortable for you, but for me, it's gonna be this one all day long. I'm gonna leave my pinky available to play the minor 9 if I so choose. Okay, so there's chord number 1. Our next chord is going to be F dominant 9. It's also on the 8th fret. It's directly below the C minor 9. All right. Next up, we're gonna have B flat major 7 here on the 6th fret. Following that, we have E flat major 7, also on the 6th fret, directly below it. After that, we have the beginning of the minor 2-5-1. We're going to start on A minor 7 flat 5, or A half diminished. It's going to be voiced like this on the 5th fret. Next up, we're going to have a D7. I'm going to voice it like this. Nice and simple, no alterations. And that is finally going to resolve us to G minor. Okay? So that whole section I just played right there is what's called the A section, right? All of those chords, we can refer to that as the A section. So I'm going to quickly play through the A section one time, just so you can kind of see what I mean when I say the A section, okay? So let's just start off here. So as you can see on that second time through, I got a little bit fancy with some of my extensions, but the underlying chords are about the same. And those extensions just kind of make you sound a little bit more, like educated, I guess you could say. But, they're really not necessary. They're just kind of different flavors and stuff like that. Cool. So without any further ado, let's go on to the B section, okay? So the B section repeats a lot of the chords of the A section, just we're now in a different order, okay? So instead of going back to C minor to start it off, the B section is going to start on this A half diminished, A minor 7 flat 5. So let's start here. Next up, we're going to obviously complete the minor 2-5-1, and it's going to go D7, back to G minor. we're gonna go back through essentially the A section, but it's not called that. We are in the B section, but we're gonna go through the chords of the A section. So we go to C minor, we go to F9, we go to B flat major 7, we go to E flat major 7. We're gonna go back to A half diminished now, D7, G minor, but now what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk G minor notes. We're gonna have G minor, G flat minor, F minor, and then B7. All right. So all I'm doing is barring the middle 4 strings here on the first fret, and that's giving me like a B7 kind of chord, B7 sus. We're gonna return back to our A half diminished and our D7 again, resolving to G minor. Okay. So real quickly with the metronome, I'm gonna play through the B section real quick, and then we'll go on to learning the melody. So one more time before we leave, I'm going to play one time through an entire chorus. There's going to be 2 A sections in a row plus the B section. Okay? Here we go. Fancy on that one. I couldn't help myself. I love this song. I love all the different options you have of how to voice these chords. So you too can learn all of those by learning alternate voicing steps and chords. So, you know, C minor can be here, can be here, can be here. So you have all these different options of where to voice every single chord. There's at least 3 or 4 per chord. So, you know, try to switch them up, try to find different ways to voice them, and I think you can really have a lot of fun with this song like that. Okay? Okay, y'all, without any further ado, we're gonna keep going into the chord melody. So what I'm gonna do is just teach the melody alone, and then you'll kind of see how to put the chords together with them, okay? So we're gonna have, it's gonna start off here on the B string 8th fret. All right, that's our first part. So we've got B8, B10, B11, and then E11. All right, next up we have the same first 3 notes, only we're gonna hit E10 this time. So again, that second little phrase is B8, B10, B11, but now E10. Okay, same first 3 notes again. Now we're gonna hit E8, and then to finish it up, we're gonna go E6. You can slide in from 5, and then we're gonna go 2, 3. Okay. So I'm gonna play the whole melody without the chords. Okay. So that is the A section melody. Now the only way we're going to put this with the chords is by playing the chords kind of in between it. So it'll be like. Alright, so you got to kind of think about what chord you're on at that time and just get to it as quickly as you can. So this is kind of like playing the melody and chords separately, but it sounds really nice when you do that. You know what I mean? You kind of have those hits on the chords and then the melody separately. So it can be really nice. I mean, it is possible to play them together, but I kind of like it this way, especially because the melody is usually a pickup to the chords. All right, after the A section, we're gonna go on and play the B section chord melody. So it's gonna start here on the E string 3rd fret. That's the first part you're gonna play, all right? So we've got E3, E2, E3, E5, and then B4. And you're just gonna hold those. All right? And then we're gonna hit our D7. And then from this chord, we're gonna go like this. Okay, so from D7, we bar our index finger to get the E3 again. And then we're gonna use our pinky to play E5. And then jump into the E6 with our pinky, and our index finger is now gonna hold G minor. Just like this, okay? It's about the beginning of the B section one more time. I'll play it all together. Okay, going on. Now we're gonna go like this. Okay, so that's all on that G minor. We're going pinky, ring, pinky. So E6, E5, E6. Into our C minor. Barring. And you get that melody on that E string, 8th fret. We're going to hit our F9. Hit that note again. Come up here to the E string 13th fret. And we're going to hit E string 13. E string 11, and then we're going to jump into our B major 7 like this. Okay, this is just the same as B flat major 7 here, but we're voicing it here now. So we can have that melody on top. Okay? So this is one way of voicing it, barring your ring finger. I prefer this, it's a very short chord, but some people voice it like this. So if that's a little easier for you, same thing. Absolutely go for it. All right, next up, we're gonna voice our E flat major 7. No melody on that chord. Now we're gonna hit E10 and jump into this chord. So you can see the voicing on screen, but our melody is with our index finger on the E string 11th fret. And now we're going to bar the B and E string on the 8th fret and get just those two notes. We got, and then we have D7, which we're voicing like that. Okay, so I'm going to play from that part, from the E flat major 7. Now we're going to hit the E string 11th fret, fall into this bar here, falling down. Now we hit the B string 8th fret, hop into this voicing, which is our A half diminished, to our makeshift D7, and then we go play this again. Right, just like from the A section. So I'm gonna go over that B section one more time with the metronome. going to conclude today's video. I hope that you could really understand that. You know, there's kind of a lot going on here, but I don't think it's anything beyond the capabilities of what y'all can learn. You know, it's a lot of different parts, but when you simplify them out and learn them all separately and just attack like one little thing at a time, none of it's too hard on its own. It's just about putting the whole grand picture together that can make it somewhat difficult. But I know that it's not beyond your ability, and I know that if you really sit down and put some effort into this one, that it's really rewarding. And you know, jazz is one of those things that's like weightlifting for jazz. You know, if you for music, you know, if you're a very good jazz player, chances are that you're very good at a lot of other genres at the same time. You know what I mean? Some of the best people, you know, like think about like the Quincy Joneses, the Stevie Wonders, the Ray Charleses of this world. They're all amazing jazz players, you know what I mean? And they don't only do jazz, right? Ray Charles wasn't only jazz. Quincy Jones sure as heck isn't only jazz. You know, he's done so much more, but he started off in jazz and he knows jazz super well. And those skills that he knows from jazz, I guarantee you apply to what he does in pop music, apply to what he does in funk and R&B and soul and all the other different genres. You know, it's all connected. Music is all connected. So with ending on that point, I hope that you all can, you know, really get inspired to check this one out. I'm gonna play the intro again, and hopefully y'all can really glean something from this. All right, bye bye for now, and I'll see you in the next one.